Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And this is good. We've got an Ace of Swords here. Now, we also had the Nine of Swords that came out as, well, it kind of forced its way out of the deck there as I was shuffling, right? And I'm happy that we've got the Ace to kind of counteract that. And you may have noticed my demeanor changed a bit because I was nervous. We get the Nine of Swords is not very good. Every card has light and shadow, but this one's hard to find the light. Okay, and to me it feels as if you are getting some clarity on a pretty painful situation that's been going on with you. And to me, that is good news. Right? That is telling me that we are coming to some sort of a conclusion, a resolution, that we're able to move on. I feel like this is a turning point for you. I feel like this is a major turning point for you. I feel like whatever this pain is, it's lessening. I'm not going to say it's going to go away, but you're coming to a conclusion about it. Okay? I don't know if this is a loss. I don't know if this is, it feels like just a painful reality, right? And it kind of is making me tear up a little bit. I feel like you've been in a rough spot lately, okay? But the good news, Ace of Swords. We're getting the information, we're getting the clarity. Something is going to allow you to really, in effect, let go of this Nine of Swords. Not to forget about it, not to pretend it didn't happen, but to really just say, okay, I'm done with that, and I'm moving forward, okay? I don't know if this is a work thing, family thing. I don't know if you've lost someone or if you've lost something. But I feel like this is some kind of a moment. This is some kind of maybe it's a spiritual message. Maybe it's a download. Maybe this is a communication from someone on the other side, right? That's going to give you the closure that you need. Now we need to do some more cards here. I kind of want to use both of these cards as our starting point, and we're going to have an extra card today. Well, ooh, now an Ace now of Pentacles. I feel like whatever this closure is, it's allowing you to take a very much needed new step in your life. It's enabling, this is a major turning point for you. And I think that whatever this closure is going to be, if it's a message from the other side, like I said, if it's some sort of a spiritual experience or a conversation even, whatever it is going to be, whatever you need it to be, it's going to allow you to move forward in your life. Maybe we've been stuck in that Nine of Swords for a while. This is allowing you to take a step forward. Okay? And this is good. This is very, very good. Let's see what else we've got here. Another Ace. Now we've got the third Ace, Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands might be kind of, it's in the past position. It's kind of the energy that you're bringing into the reading today. And it kind of feels as if you had started something before. This was something that you had this a glimmer in your eye, right? You had this real inspiration, this real eagerness, this real ambition, this will, this inspiration, this creativity. And I wonder if something happened if it was a loss of something or someone, this Nine of Swords happened. And it kind of stopped this short. That you were just gotten started with something, and then, it got, let's say, interrupted. Okay. I feel as if somebody has passed, but it doesn't necessarily need to be that. So take it how it resonates, okay? But I feel like you had started on something that it just feels unbelievably great. It feels, we're so fired up about it. But there's an interruption. There was an interruption to it. Okay. But now we're getting the closure, and we're able to take the next step. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, I think, in this case is really good. Because the Five of Pentacles is saying that you've got a lot of stuff to do. And I think that really, as hard as it might be, this could be a card of us really kind of letting go of some things. Okay, if someone has passed, this would be us, finally doing something with maybe their belongings, their personal effects. Okay, I feel like there's also something that you have of theirs, and I believe that this is indicating you doing something with that you've been needing to do. I don't know if it's perhaps someone's ashes, or I see something silver. I don't know if it's an urn, if it's I don't know, it could be a picture frame or something like that. But there's something of this other person's that you need to do something with, okay? And I know that's very specific, and I hope not everybody watching has lost somebody recently. I hope nobody is resonating with that part of it, okay? But I feel like there is something around you that you know you need to do that you've been putting off. Whether it's something related to a loved one's belongings, personal items, or if it's something related to your own personal items or something, there's something that you've been putting off, so you've been procrastinating with something. So this card is good because it's saying we're doing the difficult thing now. We don't want to, like a Five of Pentacles, man, it's not the best card. But at least things are moving, right? So now we're lifting those heavy boxes and we're moving them where they need to go. We don't want to, but at least things are getting where they need to be. Okay? Maybe something needs to be shipped. Maybe it is boxes, right? Something like this. Five of Cups now. This is kind of weird. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and we've got the two fives now, right? It's kind of got a full house here. The Five of Cups now, I think, are also very, very good and welcome. Okay, because the Nine of Swords is just kind of suffering. It's just here, like we've just got these, it's like we've got the thorn in our paw, and it's terrible, and it hurts, and it's not going away. Pulling that out is, it's going to cause some, maybe more pain right away, but at least it's out, and at least things can get moving and we can process things. So with the movement of the physical item or items, whatever the stuff is that you kind of need to do but you've been putting off, that's not the most fun thing to do, but at least it's going to get your it's going to allow us to have that cathartic experience, to shed those emotionals, right? To process that a little bit. Maybe to shed some tears. Maybe we haven't quite entered into that grief yet. Okay? So just as the Five of Pentacles is that thing we need to do, we don't want to do it, but at least now we're moving the thing. It's kind of like that with the emotions too. I don't want to feel this way, but I'd rather feel this way and kind of get it out of my system than for me just to sit there with all of these kind of thorns in me, I'd rather pull them out and have to yell in pain, you know, and put a bandage on it or something, than for it to just be stuck in there and I'm not able to do anything. I can't walk on it. I can't use this hand. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is movement. This is good movement. Okay? And it feels like your happiness is at stake here. Because if we don't allow these feelings to come and go, then we'll never be able to have the positive feelings, the good feelings, the happiness that we want. We got that thorn stuck in our paw, we're not gonna feel anything. It's just kind of like, it's okay that it's in there, but I can't move, I can't do anything, I'm not happy, but, you know, and then someone goes to take it out and you say, don't touch it, right? We've got to get it out of there. And yes, that's going to make it hurt more. And I use that analogy because that's like my daughter with a splinter. You know, she'll get a splinter outside in her finger and she'll say, hey, I have a splinter, you know, and she won't use her hand. She'll hold her whole arm out like this. I can't use my hand, Daddy. And I say, well, let me take the splinter out. And she says, no, don't touch it. It's going to hurt. Don't touch it. And I say, yeah, it's going to hurt for a minute. But then that pain's going to go away, and then we can go play again. But otherwise, she's sitting there holding her arm up like this everywhere she goes. She's not going to play. It's almost in a state of shock, right? So finally, she says, "Okay." I get the little tweezers out. I get the antiseptic wipes, you know, and I take it out, and ouch! It hurts for a minute, and then she says, "Tag, you're it," and she runs off. And I feel like we have to do something. We can't stay where we are now because it's like we're just suspended in this moment. Let's do another card. It feels like we're suspended. I was thinking this would be the Hanged Man. It feels like we're not able to move, right? That we're stuck somewhere. But with that Nine of Swords there and the resolution and this action that we're taking, I think we're finally, the dam's breaking, right? And the waters are going to flow. And I think that really is the turning point. We've got this Eon card, Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening, the Baptism by Fire. Yeah, it's going to hurt for a minute, but it's the only way forward. And your happiness does depend on this. Let's select the mystery card. This is the bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. It's the Factor Infinite and Unknown, Jimbo Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard. It's going to go right on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. And if at any point you know what it is, put a prediction down in the comments. All right. Now let's go the path of the serpent. A few more cards over here. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Okay. Let's see what we got. First card, General Energy. The Magician. It feels like maybe you have lost, it almost feels like a best friend. Okay? It feels like somebody who is about your age. Well, it could be a sibling, it could be a best friend, it could be, you know, a spouse or a romantic partner. And it feels as if they were kind of the life of the party, you know? It seems like they were always kind of putting on a show, or you'd have people over, and they were always very entertained by maybe the interaction between the two of you. Maybe when the two of you got together, there was just a lot of riffing, a lot of jokes, a lot of teasing, and it was kind of like a comedy routine that the two of you would do. Because I feel like when you were with this person, there was this magic that happened between the two of you, you know, and maybe them separately and you separately, you know, were fun, but you're not like, you know, you're not a star or anything. But when the two of you got together, watch out, you know, that there was just this chemistry between the two of you, And I feel like everybody saw it, you know. And so it's hard if that's the person that you lost, you know. I'm hearing an SH name like Sean or Shannon or something with an SH sound, yeah. I don't know if that's the person or not, but I feel like with this Magician card that you still kind of go through the routine as if they were still there. And I feel like when you do that, you can really feel that they are there. You know, like it seems that they're still right there with you. Yeah. And now I feel like it's some kind of a piece of jewelry or something that you have of theirs. Yeah. And you have some connection with a fox. I don't know if the fox is a symbol or an animal that's special to you, but I'm picking up on a fox here somewhere, either with you or with the other person here. And they had something that happened with their brain. I don't know if there was some sort of, if it was a brain damage, if it was an accident or something like that. But it was, they weren't in a lot of pain. It was quick, but they were on life support for a long time. Right? Or, I mean, relatively long time. I don't know what a long time really means, but the accident or the injury was quick, so they didn't really feel like they were unconscious very quickly. But then I felt like they're in the hospital for a while, but they never regained consciousness again. And so there are probably things that you want to say to them or that you want to hear from them. I think this ace is what we're getting. Okay? I think the ace is really this communication that's present with you and them. Okay? I feel their energy is not gone. It's on a higher plane. I feel they're still right there with you. You know, I keep hearing something about the car. Do the car. Do the car. They were always trying to get you to do something about the car or something, or change the oil or change the tire, or you really should have that looked at. Right? But I don't know that you did because I'm still hearing it, and so maybe that's something that you need to do still. I'm sorry, this is very emotional. There's the Sun card in the environment. Again, the Sun card kind of shows me maybe this is what I was feeling when I was looking at the Magician, because I feel this is the two of you there, just really maybe childhood friends, maybe siblings even, you know, but just this energy of the two of you together. It was just wild, just fun and free and, you know, rambunctious, you know. And sometimes it could devolve into some fighting, you know, but it was almost like the fighting was kind of part of the show until it got a little bit too serious, you know, but it never was anything that caused any kind of a rift. Yeah. I feel like this person is still there, still very close to you, still right there with you. Yeah. And still feels this kind of camaraderie, this kind of partnership, this kind of playful, you know, it really was that like the two of you were almost inseparable. But when the two of you would get together, I just feel like it was just nonstop like laughter and goofing around and costumes and like comedy routines and voices and little skits and things like that. I feel that to me, that makes me smile. That really does. A Nine of Wands in the position of the difficulty. And it's difficult for the sun to be without the moon. You know, I think that you've questioned whether or not you could go on without this person with you. That you've questioned how you could possibly be strong enough to keep going without your kind of partner in crime, partner in life. You know, I'm sensing that you read a lot. You have a lot of a lot of books and things that you were that you study on your own. I don't feel like, well, maybe you have a kind of a formal education, but that's not. I'm seeing kind of as a personal habit, you really like to read. Yeah. And so the Ace of Wands that we saw in the background there, this one, where I feel that you started to do something, but then this happened. Something happened. And so this was interrupted. I wonder if this was the pursuit of some kind of a new skill or a new kind of life path, or if you were learning something, or you were in school, or you were in some sort of a trade school or something like that. You were pursuing some sort of knowledge that was leading you to a kind of new, I don't know, like you were getting your real estate's license, or you were taking you were learning how to be a notary or something like that, right? Something along those lines. I feel like that's what got interrupted. Okay. But the Nine of Wands that we see here is that it's realizing that you are strong enough to keep going. This person, whoever they are to you, they are still with you. So you are not alone. Their energy is with you. The communication's just different now. We've got to learn how to see the signs. We've got to learn how to communicate, because they're on a different frequency now, you know. And so, you know, we think of there are two CB radios, two walkie-talkies, but they're on different channels, and so it makes it kind of hard, right? But there are ways that I think you're tuning in, and I think that you can feel this person around you. I think you know that they're with you. I feel like there is a clear message that's coming in. We got the Moon card here. In some ways, the Moon is us preparing for the unknown. You know, preparing for going down a path that we weren't expecting, going down a path that suddenly is not illuminated anymore. You know, it's like you're walking down a brightly lit street, and then suddenly power goes out, lights go out, it's dark, you know, it's pitch black outside, and suddenly the path that you were so sure about now is kind of up in the air. Now it's just a jumble, you know. And so I feel that this is kind of where you're at now. And this is now an uncertainty where you didn't have uncertainty before. Maybe you kind of saw your whole life ahead of you before, and then suddenly this happens, and it's like the lights went out. I can't see where I'm going. I can't see what's in front of me anymore. But the key is in this card. It's that sun right at the bottom. And that sun right at the bottom is, of course, this partnership, this togetherness, this, this bond that you had with this person. And the sun is also this. The sun is you. The sun is your strength going forward into this. Maybe now it is a different path than you were expecting it to be. Now it's a different way forward than it was. But you're strong enough to go through that and be the sun that is lighting the way, knowing that you will always have this person with you, that their spirit will always be with you. Okay. This is a hard one. Let's look at the mystery card. I don't know. I want this to be a Nine of Cups. I want it to be a card of happiness, positivity, optimism, because I feel like this is really a very crucial moment for you in your life. I feel like this is a major turning point, and I feel like your happiness is very much at stake here. And I want to see that we're doing those things to help facilitate the happiness. I want the Nine of Cups. I really do. Let's see what we've got. We've got the 10 of Swords. Well, don't fret. 10 of Swords is actually pretty good, and it's something that I thought of at the very beginning. Because, obviously, we've got the 9 of Swords plus the Ace of Swords, and that'll give us the 10 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords would be, in this case, that closure. Now we've got the 9, then we've got the clarity, so we've got a 10 of Swords, we've got the ending of something. The 10 of Swords is now kind of getting out of this cage, right? And that's why I say with the 10 of Swords, when we get it in the Thoth deck, I say, this is a bird cage. And we're the bird. Well, we've got to get out of the cage. We've got to fly. We've got to spread our wings, and we've got to fly. Okay? And what this card is telling me, because this is the bird cage, but it's also a very specific image on the card, right? To me, this is somebody that has stabbed themselves in the back. That if we don't take advantage of the energy that's here, if we don't find this closure, if we don't accept it, and if we don't give it all of our effort and continue on and push forward and go boldly into that unknown, we are stabbing ourselves in the back. That we're choosing to stay in the birdcage. Okay? And I think the Ace here is the message to you that is allowing you the closure, and that closure is going to allow you to continue on with your life, get out of the birdcage. If you don't do it, if you choose to stay in the birdcage, that's your decision. Right? And that's something that is, that we're responsible for. I feel like the 10 is completion. I feel like it is closure. I feel like it is the 9 plus the Ace. We get the 10, and we can move on from this. We're not forgetting. We're not denying how we feel. No, in fact, you're probably going to feel a lot through this process. And when you get this message and when this closure is taking place, there's going to be a lot of mixed emotions. That is for sure. Okay. So I think the 10, while it's not giving us the direct perception of the happiness, it's showing us what we need to do. And it's showing us that this is the turning point, and that really the happiness that we want is what's at stake here. The life that the hope that we want in life is at stake. Okay. This was a heavy reading, and I apologize for that. We're going to do an extended reading too if you want to stick around. There should be a link up top. There's one down below. New readings, Scorpio, every Wednesday and Saturday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's free. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you. And we're all in this together.